Have you ever thought about like ancient healing techniques?
Yeah.
The kind that looks at the connection between, well, emotions and your physical health.
Yeah, absolutely. Like traditional Chinese medicine, right? It's fascinating how they view the body as this interconnected system of energy.
Exactly. And in TCM, they have these things called meridians, which are like pathways for energy flow throughout the body.
Right. And they believe that when these meridians are blocked or out of balance, it can lead to all sorts of problems, both physically and emotionally.
Exactly. And that's what we're going to deep dive into today. We're going to be focusing on one specific meridian, the pericardium meridian. And get this, we're going to explore the location and purpose of each of the 9 acupoints on this meridian.
Oh, wow. So we are talking about those specific points that TCM practitioners use in acupuncture and acupressure.
You got it. All based on some really cool source material that one of our listeners sent in.
That's amazing. I always love learning from our listeners. So where do we even begin with this pericardium meridian? What's it all about?
Well, according to TCM, the pericardium is like this protective layer around the heart.
Oh, like a guardian.
Yeah, exactly. It's not just a physical protector, though. It's also seen as an emotional shield for the heart.
That makes so much sense. So the pericardium meridian is basically the energy pathway that helps keep this protector functioning properly.
That's the idea. So let's start our journey along this meridian, starting with the first point, pericardium 1.
Okay, pericardium 1, also known as Tianchi. This one is pretty easy to find. It's located, let me see, about an inch away from the nipple in the 4th intercostal space.
So basically on the chest.
Yeah, right on the chest. And in TCM, this point is considered super important for regulating the flow of qi and blood in the chest. It's like the first line of defense for the heart.
Wow, that's powerful. So I'm guessing if someone has like chest congestion or difficulty breathing, stimulating Tianchi could be helpful.
You got it. It's often used to address those kinds of issues. And get this, it can even be beneficial for breast health concerns, too.
Really? Seems like this meridian is all about a holistic approach, huh?
Absolutely. Okay, so moving on, we come to pericardium 2, which is called Tianquan.
And where can we find this one?
So Tianquan is located about 2 finger widths below the armpit crease.
Okay, I'm with you. 2 finger widths below the armpit crease.
Yeah, and it's kind of nestled between the biceps muscles. Think of it as a release valve for tension in the heart and chest.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's like releasing pressure, not just physically, but emotionally, too.
Exactly. It can be helpful for physical tightness in the chest or pain in the upper arm, but it can also help with, emotional tension, like when you're feeling overwhelmed or anxious.
Oh, I know that feeling all too well. So if someone is having, like, palpitations from stress, this might be a point to look into.
Totally. It's all about bringing back that sense of calm and ease. All right, ready for the next one?
Hit me.
Pericardium 3. This one's called Quze. You can find it right in the crook of your elbow on the thumb side of the tendon.
Oh, Quze. This sounds like one I need to remember. Everyone deals with stress these days. What's the deal with this point?
Quze is known for calming something called heart fire in TCM.
Heart fire. Sounds intense.
It can manifest as anxiety, irritability, insomnia, even digestive issues when you're stressed out. It can be a lot.
Wow. It's like a reset button for the whole nervous system. But let's keep going. Where's pericardium 4 located?
Okay, pericardium 4, also known as Ximen, is a bit trickier to find. It's about 5 finger widths above pericardium 7 on the inner forearm, between 2 specific tendons.
Between tendons, got it. So what's this one all about?
Ximen is often used for more serious heart concerns.
Okay, so maybe not one to try at home.
Yeah, for this one, I would definitely recommend consulting a qualified TCM practitioner, for any serious health issues.
Right, makes sense. What about pericardium 5?
So pericardium 5 is called Jianshi, and you can find it 3 finger widths above pericardium 7. This point is interesting because it addresses both physical and emotional imbalances. Like it helps to clear what's called phlegm in TCM.
Phlegm. Wait, isn't that like mucus?
Well, yeah, in the physical sense,
Mhm.
but in TCM, phlegm can also refer to that feeling of mental fogginess or sluggishness.
Oh, interesting. So stimulating Jianshi could help with feeling mentally stuck.
Exactly. It can bring about a sense of clarity and energy, both physically and mentally. And speaking of clarity and energy, up next we have one of the most well-known points on the pericardium meridian, pericardium 6, also known as Neiguan.
Oh, Neiguan. I've heard of this one. Isn't it good for nausea?
You got it. It's famous for its ability to alleviate nausea, whether it's from motion sickness, morning sickness, or even anxiety. You can find it 2 finger widths above the wrist crease, right between those 2 prominent tendons on your inner forearm.
Okay, so I know where my wrist crease is, and I know what tendons are, but
Yeah.
how do I find the right tendons?
Good question. So if you feel around on the inside of your forearm, you'll find 2 tendons that run down towards your hand. The point is right between those tendons.
Awesome. I'll have to remember that. Okay, on to pericardium 7. Where is this one located?
This one's called Dowling, and it's super easy to find. It's right smack in the middle of your wrist crease.
Okay, wrist crease, got it. What does this one do?
Dowling is considered a powerful point for calming the mind and easing emotional distress. So if you're feeling overwhelmed or you're having trouble sleeping, this is one to try.
I'm noticing a trend here. A lot of these points seem to help with both the physical and emotional stuff.
Exactly. That's what's so cool about TCM. It sees all those things as interconnected, right? All right, are you ready for Pericardium 8?
Bring it on!
Pericardium 8, also known as Laogong, is right in the center of your palm.
The center of my palm. How do I find that?
Easy. Just make a fist and see where your middle fingertip lands. That's Laogong.
Oh, that is easy. Okay, I found it. So what's special about this point?
Well, Laogong is all about clearing heat and bringing back balance to the body, both physically and emotionally.
So if someone is feeling, overheated, either literally or emotionally, stimulating this point might help.
Exactly. It's often used to help with fevers or when someone's feeling agitated or restless. And last but not least, we have Pericardium 9, which is called Zhongchong.
Zhongchong, okay. Where is this one and what does it do?
This one's located right at the tip of your middle finger. It's considered a really powerful point in TCM.
The tip of the middle finger.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound very comfortable to stimulate.
Well, you don't necessarily have to press hard. Sometimes just a light touch can be enough. And besides, the benefits are worth it. It's known for reviving consciousness and is often used in emergency situations.
Seriously? So like for fainting spells or something?
Yeah. Or even in cases of stroke, it can be really helpful in restoring vitality and balance to the entire system.
Wow, we just went through the whole pericardium meridian, learned about all 9 points. It's amazing how each point has such specific functions, both physically and emotionally.
It really is. And it just goes to show that mind and body are totally connected, which is something that TCM has been saying for centuries.
It makes you think, doesn't it? Like maybe by understanding these energy systems, we can learn better ways to take care of ourselves, manage our stress, and just feel better overall.
Absolutely. It's like, what if these ancient practices hold the keys to unlocking a deeper understanding of our own well-being? It's definitely something to think about.
It definitely is. Well, on that note, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the pericardium meridian. It's been fascinating.
My pleasure. Always happy to explore the wonders of TCM.